should dance. Okay.
Exactly.
So this is actually one of the subjects that every person in this world should hear it. It's a mitzvah gedol aliyot besimcha. It's one of the biggest precepts to be happy. And the question that we need to ask is why happiness is so important for us. Not just to say it because I remember that or I know it or whatever. I read about it. Why it's so important. And that's what we're gonna try to understand, because we are coming to the end of Sukkot. And always in the end of Sukkot, we call it Simchat Torah. Happiness with the Torah. And you know what? Yes, we give the Sefer Torah and we go around and we dance, but many people also drink a lot of alcohol at that time. Why do you need alcohol to be happy? And we need to ask, what does it mean to be happy with the Torah? I mean, really, most people in the world don't even listen to what the Torah wants to tell us. Why do I have to be happy with the Torah? So many people, I remember year after year, they come to hear the Torah, you know, and then when it comes to Simchat Torah, who's happy with the Torah? So we need to really understand the word mitzvah, precept, in Hebrew at least, mitzvah, comes from the word together, gathering, unity, you know. So if we say mitzvah, it means tzavta, together. And it says that a person can be much healthier if he's happy. And we remember very, very famous sentence, you cannot give what you don't have. It means if you're not happy, you cannot give it. So when we are happy, all the cells and all the organs, they become in unity and they work right, and everything have the flow of blood, all the organs working together. So we need to know that when they duplicate this dolly, if you remember the sheep, how they duplicate it? They took a stem cell, a cell, and they gave it electric shock to forget the past. And after they could do it, they could duplicate, and they got an animal. So it means that without forgetting the past, really I cannot be happy. And we don't really produce new stem cells and things not really working right. So that's the first thing that we have to know. The entire body, every organ of the body and the soul, because for every part of the soul there is organ, a physical organ in the body. They start to work together. And that's something that we really have to understand. To be happy, you know, what does it mean? And why they call this holiday Shmini Atzeret? Because Atzeret in Hebrew, it's to stop. And Shmini, it's the eighth day. What happened at the 8th day? Because we're reaching a higher level than Chesed. Because those Sfirot, Chesed, Gvura, Tiferet, Netzach, Hod, Malchut, we elevate from Asiyah, from the word of action, to the word of formation. And then even a little bit higher than that. And we're connecting ourselves with the force that called life. It's a force. And that's why it says in the Torah that we need to choose life. Think about it. It's a choice. You can choose life. But really what it means, the word life, it's like alive. It's happy. It's not stagnant. It's not upset. It's not sad. All those things that we don't want in our lives. So let's say we're looking at the world, people overall, and we all been asked so many times, what really do you want? And usually people say, I want to be happy. So think about it. If you want to be happy, how come you're not? I mean, really, it's unbelievable, because if we have, let's say, 2 items, you have a pen, you have the marker. So which one you want? Of course, the one that you want, you're going to reach with your hand and you're going to take it. So if you say, I want to be happy, and we're not. So another question, do we need to study, or do we need to make any effort to feel sad? To be upset, to be depressed? Do we need to really make an effort? Do we need to study it? Why do we need to study and practice to be happy? And it is very important. You remember the movie Patch Adam? The clown, the doctor that says people that are ill, when they are happy, they can heal better and faster. And he starts going to hospitals with a clown mask and all this, And then, people are starting to understand that happiness is something very important. They do. But we need to know, when we ask why it's so important for us, this question is unbelievable. So simple, but it's so powerful. So let's start with 3 things, okay? Let's start with 3 things. When a person is happy, he sees every person, everything good. It doesn't matter, because he's happy, everything is good. When a person is sad, even good things we see as bad. So first, when a person is happy, he's seeing everything good. So some people slightly off balance, okay, but we need to start paying attention to ourselves. If we see things good, means we don't see the bad in any person. We see the good in every person. We see the good in everything. Okay? So when we start seeing the good in everything, our lives become easier. What was in Egypt? It says, "Kotzer ruach ve'avodah kasha." It means, really, it says clearly those words. Lack of patience and hard work. That was the slavery. The slavery really was lack of patience. When a person doesn't have patience, he cannot be happy. And everything he's going to do, even his profession, it's going to be hard work. It's like a person doesn't even want to go to work. So the thing is, I need to see things good. That's the practice. To be happy, I need to see things and people good. My life is going to be much easier. That's the first one. The second one, when the person is happy, he's kind and patient. So think about it. That's a clue. When we don't have patience, I'm not happy about something, or I'm not happy. I'm not saying it. It's very hard for us to admit, but we're not. So patience and happiness go together. Because I'm patient, okay, so what? So something is late, okay. Something it's not working the way I want it to work. Gam zu l'tova. That's good too. So I'm seeing everything good and I have patience. My soul and my body works really good. So if I have it, I can give it. Then people around me gonna get it from me. So my life's gonna be easier. So the thing is, when we say the life, the word life, it's actually some kind of circuitry of energy that it's not blocked. Okay? So that's the second one. I have patience and I'm kind. Okay? Because the person that is sad or upset, of course, he suffers. And of course, he can be kind now when he suffers and he can have patience. So sadness is actually our worst enemy. We need to know it. Number 3, when there is happiness, even if a person have judgment that he brought the judgment with him from previous life, as we say, some people know more about it, some less, it will sweep the judgment. It means it's not going to be so bad. So, wow, it pays to be happy. It's so good, why not? My judgment is going to have a rest? Wow. And then, Talmud says that when we know the 4 phases of our desire, and we know how it works, and we know the light, and we know the vessel, and we know the language of the branches, and we know all that, put it together, so we know that there is abundance that exists all the time. So think about it. When a person is happy and there is no judgment, means no blockage, abundance can come to the body, to the soul, to business, life, relationship, kids, grandkids, everything. Why should we block it? It means with the judgment. So happiness removes the blockage, the judgment, more abundance come in. When it comes into the vessel, it calls light. Wow, that's good too, right? It's like you're feeling lighted. It's like everything, it looks so, wow, shiny, it's beautiful. I'm so happy. That's it. See, when a person is upset, he likes to close himself in the room. He doesn't want to talk to anybody. He doesn't want to open the windows. It's like when we are happy, we want to share it. When we're upset, we're afraid to share it. Actually, it's good to share it if you're upset because maybe someone can help you. So those 3 things first. So we need to understand that on a regular basis, there's a war. War? Yes. Between happiness and sadness. Who's going to beat who? Like in a boxing ring. See, when we get upset, the energy that we have become low energy. Then of course, the happiness cannot fight the sadness because, see, when we get depressed, the energy of the happiness goes to the sadness and becomes stronger. That's why the sadness can win. Because really there is no bad energy in this world. There is only good energy. It's light. I hope we understand because maybe some of you says, what are you talking about? There is no bad energy because God created everything good. So what does it mean bad? Bad is when it's something to do with my agenda, with my desire. So let's give power more to the happiness to knock out the sadness. Because when you sad, you're going to be even more ill than what it is. When you're happy, your body rejuvenates. Well, especially now, with all the corona. If it's hard for you, maybe watch some funny movies, maybe stand-up comedy, something. Maybe if you cannot do it, but it's really important. So, if you look at it, Rabbi Zikluras that said sadness, he calls it like, I'm using the words that we know, like a little weapon. It's like it destroys everything. Every relationship can be destroyed with sadness. The body for sure. Doesn't pay. Always think like business, because it says la'asok b'Torah, to deal with it all. It pays or not. Gain or lose. Sad, lose. Happiness, gain. Wow, what a business. Just do it. Of course, we said it's not so. Well, there is a war. I'm not saying no. And this war, of course, it's constant. It's always between the good and bad, the happiness and sadness. So, if I want to win, it means with my happiness, I want the happiness. If I want to win, we have to know that even we are a little off, not much, off, a little bit sad. It feels heavy, right? We said like it feels so heavy, everything's so heavy. And don't forget, when you said you become lazy, it's like automatic. So if you're lazy and heavy, and this is one opponent that's sitting in the corner, I mean, there's no way for me to win because I'm weak. So that's like to start think this way. Now, another thing very important, called midat hazrizut, the quickness attribute. Means to be quick. See, we waiting with the sadness until something gonna happen and make me happy. No, don't wait. The longer you wait, the worse it is. Move fast. Some thoughts, whatever negative, because that's how we become sad. It's really nonsense, whatever it is. Quick! Don't wait. Don't wait for someone even to help you. Just quick. Do something about it. Ride a bike. Do yoga. Read a book. Watch a movie, funny movie. Anything. Don't wait. And that's something that usually when we get upset, we get depressed. It's like we're going from like a low level to lower. No, we're not supposed to do it. And the minute the sadness becomes stronger, unfortunately, we lose. So, long time ago, I said, when there is negativity, actually the negativity points to what do I have to do. Means do something about it. So the negativity points exactly what it is and where it is. So think about it. Okay? When we have some kind of negativity, did you see ever, anywhere, everywhere, even media, do you see that the negativity ever gets tired and stop to attack people? It's amazing. If we're going to learn from the negativity to be all the time working hard, we're going to win. The happiness is going to, but we need to be like the negativity. Negativity never stops. Remember what we said? Statistically, it says when a person sees a movie, if it's a good movie, he tells 3 people. And then when it's bad, he tells everybody. Let's change it. If you see a good movie, tell everybody. If it's a bad movie, tell 3 people. Why not? Let's expand the good. The more we give it, the more we have it. And why not? So think about it in a way that when a person is really sad, he's losing the force of life. That's why he feels so heavy. That's why it feels so weak. Okay? We don't want to lose. It's called Ruach Chaim, the spirit of life. We don't want to lose it. And that's something that's called Hayuto, the level of Chokhmah, the level of really what we say, the power that we have. It's within, it's around us, surrounding light, inner light. So we need to be more open, more happy, but fast. Don't wait too long. Motivation. Think about it. Motivation. To have motivation to be happy. It means it's work. Yes? It's not instinct. It's not instantly. It's not, no. It's work. A lot of work. Are we willing to do the work? Pays. It's good for every little organ in the body, every cell of the body. And think about it. If I have it, I can give it, so it's good. Think about also people that are upset and sad. In the meantime, they're affecting, the wrong way, of course, their family, their kids, or whatever. And then what happened to those that been affected? They will affect, like the corona, people affecting. Sadness, the same thing. Why shouldn't we affect people with happiness? It's really so good. So good. But to understand, really, and soon I'm going to talk about, to understand about what really and how it works. So we need to be faster than the negativity, the sadness. So ask yourself a question, okay? A question. What is it for you? What is it for you, happiness? And you don't have to tell me. Think about it. For you, what does it mean, happiness? Maybe, you think something that it's happiness and it's not. So it's a problem, if you don't know what's happiness and you think you're happy and you're not, and you're ruining your life, you're ruining your body, of course, ruining the nefesh, the ruach, the soul. So first we need to understand that happiness, okay? Happiness, it's like something that you have to build. Yeah. Not different than a building site.
Any muscle.
The what? Yeah, like a building
Any
site.
muscle.
What do you do in a building site? You have to know what you're doing, and you have to do everything, and it's work. And I don't think You know, I don't think that happiness is what many people do. You know, they drink and there is environment of happiness. I'm saying it's nice, environment of happiness, it's really good, but that's not happiness. It's the environment. What happens when you come sad to even environment of happiness? You stand at the side, you're looking at everybody, you're thinking, I need to leave, I can't stay here, I can't stand with those people dancing or whatever. So you're actually getting even more upset. So it's not about the environment of happiness. It's good, don't get me wrong. It's good. But we need to be happy, not the environment. And we get mixed. Everything gets mixed. Since Adam and Eve, it's a da'at tovera, it's mixed. You know, da'at, knowledge, it's up and down. Good, bad, all day long. It's not like once a year, it's all day long. So, let's say that we need to know, right, like we said, the difference between happiness and, you know, just the environment. So actually, I read in one of the books today, and he's saying, it's a מעלה יתרה להתאמץ לרדוף אחר המראה השחורה דווקא, להכניס אותה גם כן. It's so amazing. I read it, it's like, what? He says when you have bitterness, chase the bitterness and bring the bitterness with you to the happiness. If not, this bitterness is going to win somehow. So chase the bitterness, he says, and twist, transform that bitterness. It means that the bitterness, it's a good energy that diverted to something bad. So if I'm going to bring the bitterness to what we call it, the light, we bring it into that work of happiness. What happened? The bitterness lose the energy back to the positive. It means to the abundance that we receive. And the sadness become weak. Because we know the difference. We all know the difference between sad and happy. It's a feeling. But we know it's harder to be happy than to be sad. So he says, chase the bitterness, the sadness, chase it. It means not chase it to be sad, chase it. It means it's instead of the sadness chasing you, you're going to start chasing it. So if you chase the sadness, it's going to run away from you. You know, it's so beautiful. The whole day I was reading it and I was laughing and I'm saying to myself, wow. שהפוך המראה השחורה וכל האיסורים לשנאה. You have to transform all the darkness and the bitterness and the suffering to happiness. כדרך הבא לתוך השמחה. שאז מגודל השמחה והחדווה, from this force of happiness and joy, all the worries and the sadness and the bitterness, all the darkness, become happiness. I'm going to read it. כל הדאגות, העצבות והמראה השחורה שלו לשמחה. Okay? So it's really good. So we understand that we cannot just think that the environment is good. We understand that too. Because think about it. Let's say you even had a good time. You went, it was a great environment, you had a good time, okay? But you're not really happy, but you had a good time. Said, oh, thank you, it was so amazing, you know, that's how we tell each other. But you go back to your house, to your place, you go back to the same sadness, your loneliness, even if nobody is lonely, people think that they are lonely. There is no such a thing, but that's what people think. And you know you're going into your misery. So what happened with this party or this amazing environment that you were there a few minutes ago, hour ago, whatever? What happened? It's not enough. And that's what he's saying here. It's not enough. We need to take control that the worries and whatever sadness and whatever it is that's attacking us. You know, I'm disappointed because of this. Why do we need to give it power? Think about it. When you're disappointed, what do you say? Yeah, but it's not only that. You know, let me tell you, now that you are upset, let me tell you, when I was a kid, this happened to me. And when I was there, what are you adding? Instead of removing it? We do that all the time. Because you can't be really upset, real upset, over nothing, over a little thing. We add. So we're not supposed to do it. So actually, when a person is going somewhere, we need to understand something that I talked about it yesterday. I hope, Israelis, I talked about it also on Monday. See, we do blessings, some of us. Don't get me wrong. It's not about doing the best. But let's say a person holding a fruit and is blessing it. Boreh, priya, or whatever, Some people doing it in different ways. You think really we've been created to bless God or to bless the fruits or the vegetable? That's really what the meaning. The word boreh, it means to create yourself from the beginning in any given time. When you are, it's like sad or upset or your energy is low, you have to create it. And here I found in what I was studying today, it says, מלמדים אותנו כי שמחה לעולם אינה יכולה לבוא מן המוכן. So they're telling us, you have to know that happiness can never come ready-made. Yeah, that's it. Here, take it. There's no one can give someone happiness in a bag. It's not ready-made. היא חייבת להיבראות. And imagine we are exactly in the time that we're going to start Bereshit, Genesis, creation. The thought of creation was to enjoy, to be happy. And here he says, we need to boreh, to create the happiness. It's like to do creation. So if we understand that, we understand that, wow, I need to do it. חייבת להיבראות כל יום מחדש. Every day from the beginning you have to do like this boreh, to create the happiness. And when you create the happiness, then you have to go to formation. השמחה היא יצירה. The happiness is formation. It's personal. Okay? Every nefesh, every soul have to create the happiness according to who you are. So if you understand that what I said, it's like a building site. It means we have to build, to create. It's to build the happiness. To build it again and again and again. Never stops. Now, if you think about it, I'm going to read a sentence that was so amazing for me. I hope I'm going to explain it right. אתר הבנייה של השמחה מצוי היכן שמסתתרים הפחדים הגדולים שלנו. העצב והדאגה. So we need to understand, he says, that where you build the the building, the building of happiness, that's where the fear and the worry and the sadness are hiding. Beautiful sentence. It means they don't disappear. They just hide behind the happiness, waiting for the happiness to be weak, and the worries and the sadness and the bitterness come back. They hide behind the happiness. Wow. All day I'm thinking about it. I can't believe this. So unbelievable. And that's why it says in the Torah, you have to choose life. ובחרת בחיים למען תחיה. You need to choose it. But really, not to choose. I'm breathing, eating, drinking. If I choose life, it means I'm choosing happiness. Happiness and life goes together. Sadness and death. Who wants that? It doesn't matter what dies. Relationship dies, yes. Some organs dies, yes. Some business dies, yes. So many things dies is because of depression. Life and happiness, it's the same thing. Life, energy. Wow. You see sometimes stream of water. You see fish jumping against the stream. Life. So this is very important. Now I'm going to something so amazing that only today, by the way, only today I understood really all the disappointment and all these ups and downs. Of course, it's part of life, And that's why it says, mitzvah gedola liot besimcha. We have so many interruptions in life, so many things. Now I'm sick, now I'm not, now this, now falling and coming, getting up. All that. Yes, no one says no. But I can win with all the ups and downs. So listen to this, amazing. I understood it, but never this way. It says, Vayechi Yaakov. Okay, Ne'emar, al Yaakov Avinu, it says about Jacob the patriarch, Vayechi. But it says there is something really different. קיים הבדל יסודי מאוד בינינו לבין הצדיקים. It says there is a big difference between us, people, and the righteous people. And it says now something amazing. What's the difference? So beautiful. אנחנו מחבבים מקומות שמחים ומוארים. We, people, we love places that have a lot of light, happy places, good places. We love them. The tzaddikim, אבל הצדיקים מחפשים מקומות חשוכים. The righteous people are looking dark places to enlighten them. Wow. הם מחפשים לתקן העולם. They want to do תיקון עולם. So actually they're looking for darkness, and they are happy there because they are enlightening them. So let's talk about something that we need to understand, and if we do, it's going to help us a lot. Let's say you think you are happy. Okay. And we call this happiness, this candle. Candle, it's on. שלא יכבה נרו לעולם ועד, that this candle would never be off ever. Okay. So your candle is on, you think? Okay. So now comes someone and upsets you or offended you or whatever. So he's the darkness, control the light that you have? It's supposed to be the opposite. If he's the darkness and you have light, you have to remove the darkness, because always light removes the darkness and darkness doesn't remove light. The tzaddikim goes to dark places to enlighten them. We're looking for light places, happy places, because it's easy. I don't have to do anything. Wow. ויחי יעקב במצרים 17 שנה. 17 years, and 17 numerical value in Hebrew, it's tov. It's good. Wow. They go to darkness to enlighten it. We go to light. I don't have to do anything. It's beautiful here. So when I read it today, I said to myself, wow, that's a tikkun olam. Wow. So happiness for most people is connected totally to agenda. If things goes my way or I received what I want, I'm happy. And if not, so it means, think about it. It's not different than a person that is drugged, right? So if he doesn't get the drug, oh my God, what happened, right? So think about it. In a way, we are all addicted. And the minute we don't get whatever it is, I'm upset. So actually, most of the time we are sad because we never get everything we want, and not fast too. So what is it? We're going to be sad most of our lives, and we're going to collect some minutes, put them together. So maybe the totality of person's life, maybe it's 2 days happiness if we put those minutes together. Is that's good? No. We need to work for happiness. So here, we understand that if I received and this, and it means, and it's easy, and I'm happy. No. Happiness is when you make an effort to reveal the happiness. It's nothing to do with if I received something or not. And we go to one word that we study in tenuous emanation that is so amazing, not easy, called hashgacha. There is supervision, but it's not revealed, it's concealed supervision. So you think that something that happened to you, it's not really part of the supervision. It means it's really for me to go through the test, and there is 4 tests for every person on everything. Chokhmah, Binah, Zeir Anpin, Malchut. 4 bchinot, 4 tests, almost in everything. Wow. Test after test after test. Because if not, why did we come to this one? To pass the test. I didn't do something right. I promised I'm going to do it. So if we promise to do it, it means that test have to come again and challenge me. And if I did it right, I passed the test, okay, you're right. That's called tikkun. Not just call it tikkun, it means correction and that's it. You said you're going to do it better and different this time. It's have to come exactly the same test. Not only that, we teach in reincarnation that it comes also in the same age. Exactly the same time. So we need to finally do it. So it says that if you get happy, it helps you because the judgments start to fade because the person is happy. It means I don't even have to correct many things. Wow. I don't have to correct all the things from if I can be happy? No? That's amazing. So, if you look at Joseph, right? Think about it. This woman is working as a slave in the house. The wife of his master is trying to seduce him. He says no. She said he tried to rape her. He went to jail, never hated her. His brothers sold him to be a slave. They dumped him into the pit. Did he ever hated them? No. I'm not saying that we're supposed to be Joseph the righteous. But you have to understand, we can't even look at the brothers that they are not good. By the way, they were Kedoshim. They called them Ha'achim HaKedoshim, the holy brothers. So, what is it? So it says that they had to go down to Egypt, and Joseph had to be sold to Egypt, because this is only from this darkness, from this Egypt, they could go up. That's why it says in the Torah they went up to the promised land. What's up? And you know that even in the news, when we are coming to Israel, we say Aliyah, it means we're coming up. When we leave Israel, they call it Yerida, it means we're going down. So the minute we start to understand that it's really something so important for us to understand the Torah in the right way, and not just, thinking the Torah, the stories, Joseph, no, it's all to give us the manual book. What do I have to do? And that's why I'm going to start from Bereshit, from next week, to see how can it be the whole Torah, it says on one leg, V'ahavtecha kamocha, to love your friend as yourself. I want to find in every portion where is the love, and I'm going to start doing, of course, we're going to talk about the portion and stuff, but we're going to talk about where is the love in every portion. It's going to be amazing. I'm starting to work on it. It's like, wow, I can't believe, So we call it in Hebrew, tachles, okay? So what do I have to do to be happy? It's like, yes, we said we have to work. A person have to make a decision. Okay? You don't have to, but you have to make a decision. If you want to be healthier, happier, it means healthier. You want to have better relationship, anything you do comes from one thing. Do you really believe? And don't just answer, yeah, I do. Do you really believe that part of God from above is within you? Called chelek Elokai mimah. One part of God from above is within us. Chelek Elokai. You do. Okay, so let's see. Let's say someone knock on the door, you're not really happy, you're a little, off. And the person that knocked on the door, you open, made you happy you were happy to see him. And you respect that person. How are you going to behave with this person around you? Happy, you want to eat, you want to drink. Suddenly, wow, energy. You woke up. You believe that part of God is within us? So you believe there is God or not? You don't have to be religious. If you believe in God, it means you have at least 4 or 5 values that you live your life by. High values. Happiness is one of the biggest value there is. So it means I do trust 100%. If not, that's the work that we have to do. That there is force that called God. There is a force. This is the energy store of everything that exists. Include each one of us. Because when that force leaves the body, that's it. So we're supposed to be happy just because we have that force. Modeh ani lefanecha, I'm so happy I woke up in the morning. Wow. Okay? So first, to reach happiness, I have faith. Emunah, it means I do believe there is supervision, hashgacha. I do believe that there is, everything works as the language of the branches. It means cause and effect. And I always say something again, I'm going to say it again and again until we get it. Look at the parents, 2 people. They were strangers once. Each one have a DNA. They bring kids to this world. Every kid totally different. That called hashgacha. This is the supervision. It's not about the DNA. The DNA of the parents never change. They're supposed to have exactly duplicates. No. It's according to the soul, the chelek Elokai mimah, that part that goes in. There is supervision. When I really start to connect and to know, and I believe that there is supervision, there is hashgacha, there is something. I'm saying you don't have to be religious, but you do know that's the first step to be happy. Okay? When a person starts to know it, he become stronger person, more confidence. Think about what we say. Self-confidence means no one can give it to me. Like self-employed. I have to do the job. All the things, it's under me. I have to worry and care and pay and do. Yeah, self-employed. You don't want to be self-employed? Just go do your work, 9 to 5, goodbye. Self-confidence, bitachon. The minute you have more confidence, you have less worries. You have less worries. Wow. The power of happiness becomes stronger because I have more patience. I don't have to worry. And he says, in Telem examination, that what is it that the person have to worry all day long about? Who? Himself. But if I do believe that there is hashgacha, there is something, nothing is happening by coincidence. There's no coincidence. Everything cause and effect. I need to do what I need to do, but worries doesn't fix anything, doesn't change anything. So you see, first I know I have a soul within me. I know it's part of God from above. I know there is supervision. I know all the cause and effect. Look how simple, not complicated. You know what? It's good to have some good values. One of them, I said happiness, right? So you know what? I want to live by those values. I have more confidence, less worries. You know, when you have less worries, it means automatically you have less fears. Because really, what makes a person upset, depressed, afraid of doing things, afraid of committing to something, afraid of even going to a trip, afraid to be lost, afraid, so many fears, so many. Why? No self-confidence. It doesn't really know that there is supervision. So fears, it's really one of the biggest cause for every problem. But when you have this force that you are attaching yourself to, cleaving, imagine some parts in your body, some organs or cells don't work together anymore. We have a problem. So we're supposed to be together also. People are supposed to be in unity. We complete each other. We don't have to be the same. You're different, I'm different. I respect you where you are and who you are. I accept you as you are, not as I want you to be. I'm already happy. Because if I want you to be something else, and we do to each other all day long, how can I be happy? So those steps can help us to be happy. Don't go to whatever there is bad things, bad whatever. Just go in the way that will give you the power, always give you the power to be happy. So here, okay, so I want to just maybe finish with when we do the blessing for weddings, we say Simcha, Sason, Gila, Ditza, Hedva, Tzal, all those. What does it mean? So every word, it's happiness, but one Tzala, it means like there is a voice with the happiness that comes. Ditza, it means there is dancing. Ditza, it's dancing from happiness. So every word really describing different angles of the happiness. Imagine if we could, we should actually, but usually how a person walk up in the morning, another minute, and jumps. Dance! What, are you crazy? Well, what do you think better? To be crazy happy or to be crazy upset? So, we need to be happy, and there is so much power, so much abundance that we can get, so much force of life, much more than we know until today, because not that there is no abundance, we block it. Come on, let's help each other. Help each other. Person is not happy, let's talk to the person, let's see what we can do. The more we're gonna be in a place that I can help someone else to be happy, it means I have it. So happiness is not just to do this, smile. No, happiness, it's something that you feel inside. And we need to feel it. When you feel it, it's like when people run 20 miles, they can continue. Why? Because there is this adrenaline. It's like it's addicted. The person wants it again and again. When we feel the happiness, it's like you feel like there is like a music instrument inside. It's like you when you would like you hear tunes, la la la. That happiness is something that it's not just a smile. It's not because something good happened physically. I received it. It's a force that I can share it too. So, if anybody have any question, please. We all want to be happy.
So Ronnie.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. As usual, in all your classes, I take at least one or two good points. And I think tonight I took two.
Okay.
That one was when you said that the sadness hides behind the happiness. I think it's such a powerful statement.
It is.
To make. So I imagine that the happiness also hides behind the sadness.
In a way too. Okay? But it's not exactly, it's like not hiding, it's fading. Because the sadness takes the power from the happiness. See, the happiness don't take the power from the sadness. See, because God created everything good. He didn't create anything bad. We transforming things to bad.
Right.
So when there is too much energy for one person, maybe someone else doesn't feel it because it's okay for him. So what happens when there is too much energy for a person? He says it's overwhelming. Overwhelming sometimes can create chaos to a person. But he needs to expand his vessel, then this energy is not going to be overwhelming.
Yeah, but I am imagining that these two forces trying to fight each other
Constantly.
for one. So they fighting each other, and one wants to be in front of the other.
Yes.
And
Yeah,
And that's really that's really the war that is going on between the two.
absolutely. Absolutely.
But the other point is that when you said the Sadiqims, they look for the sadness, to find the sadness, to help others. Now, I always said, you know, there are two basic conditions for you to have to be happy. One is that you have to be a good person. If you're not a good person, I don't care how much money you have, how much health you have, how much things you have, you're never going to be happy.
Exactly.
I think bad people would never, ever be happy.
Ever. Because they are empty.
Yeah. Yeah. And the other thing that brings happiness is when you do for others.
Of course.
So when the Sadiqims, you really have to be a giving person and helping others.
Yeah.
So when the Sadiqims are looking for the darkness, it's really they're looking to help other people.
Yeah, to enlighten those places.
Yeah. So what you said about the Sadiqims is that it confirmed that what I say, what I feel,
But you
about
understand,
being happy is true.
you understand that Abraham the patriarch, Tzaddik, but he was a son of idol worshiper. It means each one of us can be a Tzaddik, not by walking around, I'm a Tzaddik. No, just do something. It's like if you made any darkness to light, that's like a Tzaddik.
Right.
Because think about it, a person can cross the street 1,000,000 times. But when he helps one person to cross the street, he feels more light than 1,000,000 times to cross the street by himself. When you eat, okay, I'm eating. You feed someone, you feel like, wow.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, so, yes, I talked about it this week, about kindness and being a good heart. This is something so important, and the person can be really happy. Good heart is very important. Some people have more, some less, but yeah. Yes. Anybody else, please, if you want to say something or just ask. If not, have a great holiday. You know, this is it. You know, we finishing Shmini Atzeret, Simchat Torah means it's like the final stage, and we can take it. You know, I always say when a person leave a job, just even when he wants to leave a job, I always tell a person, when you leave 100%. It means do the job perfectly until the last second, because that's what you're going to take with you to the other place that you're going to go. If you're going to be 50% or 60% because you say, I don't care, anyway, I'm leaving, you're going to the next place that you go with 50 or 60% the way you were at the other place. So whatever we do, try to do it all the way. It's good for you.